Whiskey Tango Foxtrot. What the failure, dude? Oh, man. I failed again. I gotta tell you, if I've ever succeeded at anything in this life, like in spades, failure is probably one of the number one things that I've succeeded at the most. In fact, right behind pain and suffering, failure has been one of my greatest teachers. Been one of the greatest blessings that I've ever had. Whiskey Tango Foxtrot. Watch those fundamentals, baby. It's the fundamentals. They'll always catch you. They will always catch you. Why? Because they're so simple. They're so simple. You can overlook them. You cannot do them. Out of the wreckage of my 20s, my 30s became this odyssey, this journey of trying to build basic fundamentals into my life so that I could avoid the tremendous suffering that I was continuing to bring upon myself. It was awful. But those basic fundamentals, when we don't follow through, they bite you every time. And you will be tested. You will be tested on those fundamentals every single day. One of those, man. So I had this carpenter that I worked with back in the day. He was an old guy. He was a Texas boy in the Army. He said his old man, his dad, he had this quote, and it was pretty vulgar, but basically it was, a man without a knife is like a X without an X, essentially meaning that a man without a knife is worthless, right? That was the whole scheme of the thing. So one of these little things that I picked up from my wife, of all people, is on the way out the door, your everyday carry, she's got this little saying, and I picked it up, and I do it every single day walking out the door. Keys, wallet, knife, phone. Keys, wallet, phone, knife. Whatever it is. Just basic 4 things. My everyday carry, I got more than that, but those 4 things are just like the go-to. And they're always on me. Except this one day. And man, I almost paid for it. I almost paid for it big. Right? It's a small thing, but I almost paid for it in a big, big way. Man. So I knew it. I kind of had a gut feeling too on this day. This was crazy. So I leave the house in the morning. I go to the shop, hit up the goon squad. We're joking, smoking, joking around, right? Playing games. And I'm like, blade check. And they all whip it out. And they're looking at me. And I'm like, failed leadership 101 again, right? Lead by example. I ain't got my knife, right? And they're just like, you're an idiot. So I go home. I'm going to get a run in. Go out the back door, got my key, got my phone. I know I don't have my knife. And on this day, one of my great fears, I don't know if I'd call it a fear, but it's something I'm aware of. Every time I'm leaving the house for a run, and why I always carry this on a run, is because I know that there's loose animals out there. And I almost paid for it on this day. Whiskey Tango Foxtrot. This is so awful. So this is like 2-3 weeks ago, actually. This wasn't all that long ago. I'm running. I'm at the end of my run. I'm like 3 miles in, right? Pace. Full pace. Like in the zone. I'm trotting. I hook a corner. Coming down the straightaway. 10 blocks up here. I'm in the middle of the road. I'm running. In the middle of the street, right? Wide open. And to my 10 o'clock, like I spot this thing out of the corner of my eye. And he's on a slope. This little sloped front yard. And we catch eyes. And it is, no joke, it's this pitch black freaking wolf canine, right? Like German Shepherd type, I don't know, like freaking wolf, basically. And we lock eyes, and I'm like, it's on. I already know it's on. There's no question, right? Because in his eyes, and in the split second after that, he's not trotting down that hill at me with his freaking tongue hanging out and drool hanging off his jowls, right? He's showing teeth, and I can see it in his eyes. And I know what he's thinking, right? Because he's a primal beast. I know what he's thinking. This is my block. I'm the alpha wolf in this pack right over here. This is my block. Well, guess what? The enemy's got to vote. Enemy's got a vote. But I wanted to grab my knife, and I didn't have it. Oh, man, I almost paid for this. So, I don't got a whole lot of time, because now this beast is leaping off the freaking sidewalk, and I've slowed down real quick, and I just know what these freaking animals, these beasts, they understand two things, right? It's very simple. And your problems are the same way. Your problems are the same way. Darkness is the same way. I've learned this from suffering. It only understands one of two things: dominance and submission. And I promise you, the moment it smells weakness on you, it will overtake you. You don't even have to turn your back to run. It's already overtaken you. So the only thing to do, like Joseph Campbell says, the cave you fear to enter holds the treasure that you seek. You need to run directly into darkness with a primal, instinctual desire to just smash this thing in front of you. That's the only thing that it's going to understand. Your problem is only going to understand that one thing. Now this beast is like within 10 feet and he's coming at me. And there's only one thing to do. No! No! Go! Right now! And I'm like primal from the gut, loud as I can, and I'm lunging at him, and this beast goes, right? He's shocked, pure shocked, and he's like catching his bearings. He's lunging at me. He's got teeth, and he's playing this lunge game. We walk half a block, maybe almost a block down the road, playing this dance where I'm lunging at him, and I'm hollering over the top of my lungs, no! No! And I'm gonna grab this freaking beast's skull. If he gives me the opportunity, I'm gonna bash it into the freaking concrete. I'm gonna smash that thing into the concrete if I can, because that's the only thing that there is to do after that. You do not run from your problems. You run at your problems and you smash them with everything you have. That's the only thing that darkness understands. Dominance and submission. And I almost paid for it in a very bad way. And the whole time I'm like, in the back of my head, I'm just like, man, I wish I had this weapon. I wish I had this weapon. But it was such a valuable learning lesson. Such a valuable, this learning lesson. I've been reflecting on it. It just keeps getting richer and richer. Whiskey Tango Foxtrot, man. WTF. And out of corner of my eye, I see some movement here as we're doing this dance. And this beast is like, am I gonna try to test this guy now? Right? I'm backing him down. Now there's cars passing. People are looking like, what's this dude yelling at? This poor teenage girl. Out of the corner of my eye. Whiskey? You freaking serious right now? And I'm trying to like restrain myself, because again, I'm in kill mode. I'm in a smash your freaking skull and leave your brains in the middle of the road type mentality. Is this your dog? It's my friend's dog. I'm gonna let it go. I'm gonna let it go. We do this dance, walk this dog, gets behind the girl. We're in separation now. And I start taking off, jogging with my eyes to the back, making sure Whiskey doesn't take off after me. But I almost paid for it on that day from one simple thing that I knew I should have done, that had given me warning signs once, two, maybe three times throughout that day. You gotta watch those fundamentals. Those small things, those very small things, can have a massive impact at the end of the day. And when you come up against those problems, those very small fundamentals will keep you from paying that price. You do not run from the darkness. You do not run from your pain. You run at it and you smash it with everything you have. That's all you got. That's all you got. Watch the fundamentals, people. Drill them down.